the scripture in Matthew 1:23 that says, "Behold, the virgin shall be with a child and bear a son, and they shall call his name Emmanuel," which is translated God with us. It's not a Christmas text. It's not a scripture we read on Christmas Day or in December. This should be as a signpost at our door. Every time we enter, God is with me. Every time we come out, God. Because we do it only in December, we forget when we get into January. But if we can get the revelation, it will make a lot of difference by 2025. If we can get the revelation, I believe that the greatest gift humanity received is this lifeline. This is a lifeline. What's a lifeline? A lifeline is just something that you depend on, something or someone that you depend on, especially in times of crisis, in times of trouble. Did you go through trouble during the year 2024? Did you use your lifeline? How can we take for granted little things like you have a headache and the headache goes away? You didn't take paracetamol, you didn't take anything, then it goes away. How can we take for granted we're shivering on Monday, but on Tuesday you are well? How can we take those little things for granted, that your children went to school and they come back? We can't take those things for granted. The fact that they are now on your journal does not mean that God hasn't done so well. So every time we say God is with us, do we even really understand it? But the question would be, if I truly have this lifeline, why did I struggle in so and so area? I thought that by now my business would be better. I thought that by now, even if I am not in a committed relationship, let somebody see me now. I thought that by now so and so would have happened. All through the year, I trusted God for my marriage, for my wife to be this, for my husband to be that. It looked like it has even gone worse. Why this and why that? Do you know that was the same question that Gideon asked? The same question Gideon asked in Judges chapter 6, verse 13. In fact, let me read to you the contemporary English version. Gideon answered, "Please don't take this wrong." He was also angry. "You're saying you are with me. Please don't take this wrong. But if the Lord is helping us, then why have all of this awful things happen?" Gideon described his own situation as awful. Why are all these bad things happening to us? Why didn't I move so far like I would want to? And you see, many believers echo this same sentiment as they take stock of the year, at the end of the year. Many believers. Like I said, I was tempted to be at that feat at some point. I was thinking that I could have done better. All of us could have done better, no doubt. But we cannot take for granted, even if it is one step that you have taken, is enough. Because you did not see the many enemies that were holding you back before you took that one step. So if you're feeling discouraged that you didn't do so much, can you just begin to take your heart, your mind into the things that worked? If you didn't spend your time in the hospital, you didn't spend it in the prison, you didn't spend it in the court, you didn't spend it, it's enough to just say, "Lord, I'm grateful." If we say God is with us, it will work for all of us at the level we understood it. When we heard it, when we read it, it will work differently for us. The Bible tells us in Genesis 28:16, this was Jacob's story. Then Jacob awoke from his sleep and said, "Surely the Lord is in this place, and I did not know it." As I was studying recently, it dawned on me that it wasn't about the place. It was about Jacob. It wasn't like God was just there waiting for him and said, "Jacob, come." It was about him. Everywhere you go, God is there. It's your awareness about him.